I'd like to call this meeting to order. Madam Treasurer, would you please call the roll?
Mr. Alec.
Here.
Mr. Gebhardt.
Here.
Ms. Karstoffen.
Here.
Mr. Hauser, not currently here, and Mrs. Seguin, not currently
here. Would everybody please stand and join us in the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you, and welcome to the July 19th, 2023 Board of Education meeting. I'd like to introduce our group up here. To my right is Board Member Mike Gebhardt. In expulsion hearing is Board Member Elaine Sequin. She'll be joining us shortly. I'm Greg Ellett. To my left is Board Member Andy Karstoffen. To her left is Board Member Len Hauser, who's also in expulsion hearing. Then is our Superintendent, Ann Slosh, and all the way down on the end is our Treasurer, Colleen Adeholt. Okay, starting off today, we don't have any presentations. We do have a speaker, Eileen, if you'd like to come up and to the microphone. And you signed up for 5 minutes today. And hopefully it's on, and whenever you're ready.
Let's see. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, it's scary. Apparently I'm going to be on YouTube. Anyway, last time I was here, I said I'd be back, so here I am. I did speak with Brian about the land a bit, because I happened in on a day that he was here, but all of you weren't. He did say that there were some impediments, but he did also say that you might be able to donate it to the Metro Parks one parcel at a time to avoid the impediments. So I'm here doing my due diligence for my friends of other species. And it would be easier, like I just said to Brian a few minutes ago, if there was some like tree maintenance needed, or something fell in an odd place, and you ended up holding the bag. I know, the school district won't be as easily equipped to do that type of, moving a big log out of wherever versus the Metro Parks. That's every day for them. So that would be a thing that would you get off your plate if you did give it to them. But if it's possible, I would say one parcel at a time, maybe the one that's farther away. If I can twist your arm, please, please. Because he said that would be the easier way from what I got from him, because of all the little legal, hoops to jump through. But one at a time, it might be lower dollar value, so then there wouldn't be as much legal hoops to jump through, and that might be easier to do. And like I said, it would get the maintenance potential issue away from you, and I would sleep a little bit better at night, just knowing there's somewhere that they're designed for, although that you have no plans for it is my relief. If you guys still want to keep it. But yep, those 2 parcels of land by the New Northwood where my many species, owls, I hear them sometimes at night hooting. I had a little interesting interaction with the snake. We kind of walked into each other, we stopped, we looked at each other, I offered my hand, he stuck out his tongue, because snakes, they sniff through their tongues, and sniff me, and we kind of check each other out. Then he or she went on his way, and I went on mine. I never want that to get lost. So anyway, I'm here, and maybe one parcel at a time, please, 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 please. And I'll let you get back to whatever else is on your to-do list.
Let me just ask you a quick question. What is your desire and intention with these 2 parcels over in that cliff area?
For Mother Earth, for everyone to enjoy just the way they are. Touch not a twig in the little mud pile. There's a creek there for all the creatures that get water. I feed them a lot. Bird seed for birds, and coons and squirrels and deer and chipmunks and little miceys at night and voles. The occasional skunk, which, hey, I don't mind those as long as they don't share with me. A possum. Like I said, that snake that I ran into, that's all, just to keep it safe. And Brian, like I said, Brian did say that that you guys didn't have plans for it, but Metro Parks, geared towards conservation. School district, maybe not against it, but that's not their, reason for existence, so to speak.
Do you think that area could be developed?
If you took a lot of dirt and bulldozers, yeah. The humans can do a lot of stuff with enough of equipment. Because, I mean, look at the crazy, bridges we get over gaps of land and all of that. I mean, that's what actually started me on this path, is that I don't know where it came from, but I heard a nasty rumor that that was going to happen to that. And that's what started my PTSD nightmares of looking out my grandmother's back window and seeing construction equipment instead of trees and squirrel and birds. And so that rumor, I don't know where it came from. It could be complete bupkis, somebody just spewing stuff out, but that's actually what started it. And yes, theoretically, you'd have to get truckloads of dirt and, a ton of construction equipment, but theoretically it could be. So that's why I'm trying to nip that one in the bud. If I was rich, I'd start going around and buying parcels of land that were undeveloped and donating them, but I'm not. So the least I can do is maybe help protect this one.
Okay. Well, I appreciate you taking the time. I will tell you this, the only discussion that I have heard, speaking with members of the cabinet and the board, is how fortunate we are to have that buffer. And there is no intentions that I'm aware of, and I don't know why there would be, to develop it. So if it stays in its natural state with the school board or the metro parks, what's the difference?
Well, the one thing, like I said, again, the metro parks is more geared towards
Conservation.
yes, thank you, sorry.
That's okay.
Than school board. And I won't claim to be a lawyer or know all legal in and outs, but there may be some other thing. The obvious thing I can think of, like I said, is like maintenance issues that would be not something that you would have to worry about for, having to get a contractor and pay for, a tree that went boom or something. Or heaven forbid a tree that went boom on someone's shed or whatever. That I could see as like a fiscal benefit, but I can't, again, I'm not a lawyer, I'm not into real estate or that kind of thing, so I can't give you any other things off the top of my head. But the only thing I can see is like I said, the maintenance be not as, non-issue, since you wouldn't have to deal with it versus much easier for them. And then if you think big picture, then in the grand scheme of public funds, it'd be a lot easier for metro parks to do, because that's there every day versus school board, that's gonna be extra work for everybody, have to get contract, get procurement, get, bid, all that stuff, so. But, I mean, small picture, I guess, whether it's safe with you or safe with them, thank God at least it's safe. But still, it's a little bit easier, I think, for them to, because that's their, pun intended, that's their nature.
Okay. All right. Well, thanks for sharing your thoughts with us and your desires. So, okay, that's our only speaker. And I will say this for record, that I don't see any reason why the schools would do anything with that. Is there any other board members that would like to share their thoughts on this?
I don't see, I also hadn't had any discussion with any other board members, but me personally, I didn't feel that we should do anything.
Okay. Okay, moving along on the agenda, we don't have any recognition or visitors, so we'll move right into the minutes. The minutes were posted for the June 28, 2023 meeting. Hopefully, everybody's had time to look those over, and I'll ask for a motion to approve.
I'll make the motion.
A motion by Board Member Gebhardt. Do I have a second?
Second?
Second by Board Member Karstoffens. Any comments or questions? With none, Madam Treasurer, would you please call the roll?
Mr. Gebhardt?
Aye.
Ms. Karstoffen?
Aye.
Mr. Elick?
Aye, motion carries. Okay, moving on. Madam Treasurer, your action items this evening.
Yes, I have a few action items. The approval of the monthly financial report, to accept the financial report for the month of June 2023. Purchase orders to approve for the comply with the district's purchasing procedures. We also have a bond refinancing for the Series 2014 and a bond refinancing for the Series 2015. And those are my action items.
Okay, do I have a motion to approve the treasurer action items?
So moved.
I have a motion by Board Member Karstoffen. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Board Member Gephardt. Comments and questions? Madam Treasurer, have we been, with the consultants and the attorneys, given an estimate of potential dollars with the changing in the bonds that we may
Yes,
save here?
so Elyria already did this a few years ago, and they got about 3.9 million savings. I'm sorry, 4.9 million savings. So we're actually refunding the same bonds again, and it could be up to an additional 1.4 million savings for the taxpayer.
1.4. Oh, that's outstanding. Okay. Outstanding. Thank you for getting involved with this, going above and beyond. Any other questions or comments?
Wonderful work.
That's great news. With none, Madam Treasurer, would you please call the roll?
Ms. Karstoffen?
Aye.
Mr. Gebhardt?
Aye.
Mr. Elick?
Aye, motion carries. And I will take your treasurer other item for the expulsion. We're going to appoint board members Mike Gebhardt and Annie Karstoffen as the primary reps, and then the alternates will be the remaining three. Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Motion by board member Karstoffen. Do I have a second? Madam Treasurer, would you please call the roll?
Ms. Karstoffen?
Aye.
Mr. Gebhardt?
Aye.
Mr. Elick?
Aye, motion carries. Madam Treasurer, any other items for us this evening?
I just had my quick report that I wanted to bring up because the budget for the governor did pass. We are continuing the phase-in for the fair school funding using the fiscal year '22 numbers. So that is a positive for Elyria and other school districts. But they did do some other restructuring and did some other things. So when I first did the 5-year forecast, and I did that appendix, that it could be up to 17 million more if they pass the House version. It's not that good, but it's better than what we had. It's at least in another additional 7 million for Elyria throughout the forecast, throughout the budget. So that's a plus.
Is that over a 2-year period, or?
The 7 million is over the 2-year period, yes. I could estimate over the last 2 years of the forecast, but it would just be a budget because I don't know what an estimate because I don't know exactly what it's going to do. But 7 million still is a good number for
Right.
Elyria. So that is good. So when the November forecast comes into play, it would look different in a good way. And the other thing I wanted to bring up, though, there were some other things that passed in the budget, like the Ed Choice. So that passed, that gives vouchers for up to $8,407 for high school and $6,165 for K through 8 for students for going to other
Wow.
districts. So that was
That's
another thing that
What?
happened.
How significant of an increase was that, do you know?
Well, the increase, I don't know exactly how.
It was 7,500 prior for high school,
So they,
so another 1,000.
Yeah,
Wow.
but they also lowered the who can get it. So pretty much a family of 4 making 135,000 or lower is eligible for the full voucher.
Went from a 200% up to a 450%.
450% poverty level, now we'll get full
Okay.
amount. So that was the
Good to
big
know.
other change. But that was it.
okay, super, great. Thank you for the update. Okay, moving along on the agenda to the superintendent. Madam Superintendent, do you have action items for us this evening?
I do, thanks so much. First of all, to approve the payment of stipends. As you know, we do this at the beginning so that it's covered if any professional development comes up. Also to approve this stipends, this is our Where Everyone Belongs web training that we do for our new students into middle school. To approve the changes in the 23-24 program of studies and fees. These are for the elective courses. To approve the payment of stipends to the following certified staff for CPI training and de-escalation training. Also to approve the contract with Spectrum Growth for IEP services during the 23-24 school year, and that concludes my action items.
Okay, do I have a motion to approve the superintendent's action
I'll make the
items?
motion.
Motion by Board Member Gebhardt. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Board Member Karstoffen. Comments or questions?
No.
With none, Madam Treasurer, would you please call the roll?
Mr. Gebhardt?
Aye.
Ms. Karstoffen?
Aye.
Mr. Elick?
Aye, motion carries. Okay, Madam Superintendent, personnel action items for us this evening?
I do. It's that time of year. First of all, to approve the resignation of the following staff members as listed below. To approve the unpaid leave of absence for the following administrator, certified staff. She had a beautiful baby boy and
Great.
all decked out in its pioneer garb already. Also to approve the appointment of the following certified staff As you can see, we're in the hiring season. We are starting to get our subs in. Also to approve the payment for up to 3 transition days for these training for these new administrators. To approve the following athletic supplemental contracts for the following certified staff, both district and non-district coaches. To approve the appointment of the following EHS student workers for the Performing Arts Center. To approve the resignation of the following classified staff member. To approve the appointment of the following classified staff as detailed below. And those items conclude my personnel action items.
Okay, do I have a motion to approve the superintendent's personnel action items? Motion by Member Gebhardt. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second. Comments and questions? Quick question here.
Yeah.
So where are we at with the certified staff now that we're getting pretty close?
I think we have, I'm going to look at Mr. Newark because he also has some introductions, but what, 5 or 6 openings still right now?
Yeah, about 5 or 6, and we still have 3 that are close to closing, but our building interview teams have interviews set up even through the rest of this week. So hopefully by the August 2nd board meeting, we'll have all our positions.
Oh, wow, that's great. And are we at a point where we can get an idea on subs yet, or is that way too early?
We're at like 15, but we just posted the building subs. As you know, we have 13 building subs that we've been hiring, and we're going to start hiring those, but 15 right now?
So we already have the 13 building subs already, or no?
Not yet, right?
No, we just posted the position this week, and when it closes, based on the candidates who are in there, we'll fill those positions, and hopefully have those on the August 2nd board as well.
A lot of them are returning
Okay,
people that like to do that position, so.
okay. Other comments or questions?
Shane, would you like to introduce?
Hold on one second, please.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry.
With no more questions, Madam Treasurer, would you
Oh,
please call the
okay,
roll?
I'm sorry.
Let's
Mr.
make it
Geb-
official.
Yeah.
Mr. Gebhardt?
Aye.
Ms. Karstoffen?
Aye.
Mr. Elick?
Aye, motion carries. All right, Shane, fire away.
All right, this evening we have a few of our new pioneers here who came tonight. If I can call your name so that the board, everybody gets an idea of who you are. Again, welcome. We have Kayvon Ayat.
Kayvon Ayat, yes.
Who's one of our new Westwood staff members.
Welcome aboard.
Thank you. We have Megan Ramos, who's another new Westwood staff member.
Welcome aboard.
And we have Seamus Gidley, who will be a new staff member at Elyria High School.
All right, great. Great, welcome aboard, outstanding. All right. HR's definitely been busy there, so thanks for all your work and all your help there. And we look forward to all the new pioneers this year. Outstanding. Okay, Madam Superintendent, do you have a superintendent's report for us this evening?
I do. I have a few things. First of all, just to let everyone know, band camp is starting, I believe, next week. And they're going to be playing beautiful music over on Eastern Heights Middle School football field. So Amy and Brian are working to announce that and get that out so that the neighborhood knows there will be a few toots and horns, as they say, over there during the day. Also, speaking of Eastern Heights, Brian, if you would announce what is happening with the trees over there. I know we're going to put some announcements out too on that, but let them know what's going on.
Yeah, we have it in for design review with the city right now, but unfortunately, whether it's construction, age, or both, when we had an arborist out to inspect the trees, we unfortunately identified 26 trees on the Eastern Heights campus that were either dead or endangered to pedestrians or vehicle traffic. So a lot of them are along the Garford side where they really chewed up the roots to put in the new building. So unfortunately, those need to come down as they're once we know about them being in danger, we're obligated to,
Sure.
protect the safety of everybody and bring those down. So that should be happening very soon, and we're grinding out the stumps, so we're not just cutting them out. So we'll get the stumps out of there as
Is there
well.
thoughts about replacing some of the trees? Or?
We have not discussed that to this point. To this point, we've just talked about mitigating the danger.
Okay.
So.
Well, obviously, that's the most important.
We have it in for design review. We'll see what the city says.
Okay. All right, great, thanks.
Thanks, Brian. Also wanted to let you know, you saw three on the agenda tonight, but we have secured all 8 safety associates
Oh, good.
and got some phenomenal hires. Some are graduates of Elyria High, which is always a nice, Elyria schools. Also, coming up on new teacher orientation is August 14th and 15th. Also wanted to let you know that we're going to be planning kind of a grand opening of Phase 2 of the stadium. After Labor Day, we thought, let's get school started and let them do the finishing touches out there. But we thought we'd have a grand opening where the community can come see the new baseball fields and building and everything out there. Also, on August 15th, it's the staff picnic. You're also invited. We will get announcements out to you, but it's a carnival theme, so please come join us under the big tent, so to speak. And Aramark is donating a wonderful picnic kind of pre-dinner for us. Also, believe it or not, in a week or so, the principals are back and the administrators for the new school year. And also put on your calendar, August 17th, Joe Sanfilippo is coming to do our keynote, Crafting the Culture. That is our theme this year, creating that positive culture within the district and buildings. And you're welcome to come. Windsor is down, as you know, and August 1st, they will be moving to Prospect. So we're excited about that. I know we've had some break-in issues over at Prospect, and that will soon not be an issue. Just looking at my
Now,
list.
when you say it's down, is a lot of the rubble gone too, or? is
That's
that-
what they're working on, yeah. Yeah.
So,
Okay.
yeah, and then it'll be breaking out the foundation, which will be the last piece. They'll move on the prospect, and then they'll come do a final grade of all 3 buildings at the same time in the fall when
Oh,
the
great.
grass has a chance to grow.
Okay,
That's
perfect.
wonderful. And then, we will also be looking at, I'm sorry, I'm looking at the wrong note. We received notice today from the Stronger Connections Grant, and we did receive $200,000 additional dollars. That is going to help us pay for our safety coordinator, and also a chunk of that will go out to the Pioneer Connections. We did receive the $100,000 from NORD, the check already, so we're really excited that everything we applied for, we ended up receiving, and that is all I have for my superintendent other.
Okay, great. Thank you, Madam Superintendent. I do have a quick question. So on the band, practicing over at Eastern Heights, that's for the band camp period?
The band camp
Has
period.
anything changed with, up at the high school?
No.
Practicing?
Brian is working with the city. We have some of the things that the neighborhood asked for as far as the lights. We worked on that, and then we are also looking at a way, there was some design we looked at as far as putting something along that side to help with the noise absorption.
Yeah, we just got design review approved for a natural arborvitae barrier between the 2 properties. We're working with the engineering of the manufacturer of the lights to get drawing over to design review to ensure that those are compliant as well. Whether we have to do some sort of shades, barn doors, or possibly even just angle the lights a little bit different so they're shining more on the parking lot than straight down and bleeding over. And the matter of the noise, though, I have not submitted anything on, nor have we done anything with as we.
We are in compliance with the noise. And the fact that they saw that we already reduced it greatly to 3 or less hours a week out there. The real issue is to move somewhere else.
So once school starts, we're only practicing out there
It's 2 days a week for an hour and a half.
2 days for an hour and a half? That's what we're down to, okay.
Right, and they try to do more of the marching than the playing. It's a considerable reduction that we had done in the last couple years, And to go anywhere would mean loading up the buses every day, so it's difficult to do that.
And someone's been in touch with the alumni band that they're no longer supposed to be going there also?
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Well, we've done all we can, and so we'll just say good luck, Jody, with that one. So. Good luck. Okay, moving along on the agenda here, Board of Education. We have some business for Board of Education. We do have the first reading of the following new items there, and then we also have the second reading of those items, the two new policies. And then the last one is the rescind. Be it resolved that the Elyria School District Board of Education Regulation EHA-R, previously passed by the board on June 30th, 2015, is hereby rescinded effective immediately. So we have the second reading, the first reading, and the rescind of the regulation. Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Motion by Board Member Karstoffen. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second. Any questions or comments? With none, Madam Treasurer, would you please call the roll?
Ms. Karstoffen?
Aye.
Mr. Gebhardt?
Aye.
Mr. Elick?
Aye, motion carries. And I am not aware of any executive sessions required for this evening.
Nope.
So with that, I will ask for a motion to adjourn.
Oh, can I
I
say
have
one
one,
thing?
I have
Oh.
one thing.
Excuse me,
You
before
have
we do that,
something to do?
for the
ahead.
betterment of the board, anything from the board members?
Yes, I have one email from Teresa Merriweather. Is that from you?
Yes, I got the same
You got
email.
the same email,
Yes.
okay. So I just want to know, will you be in contact with her with some
Yes.
kind of response?
Yes.
Okay, thank you very much, okay.
Okay,
Yes,
I just
that's
wanted to
okay.
say, Mateo Medina is going to Oregon. He is one of our runners. He's going to, I think it's the Junior Olympics.
Oh, wow.
Is it this weekend he goes?
Yep.
So that's really exciting.
Yeah,
He has a
that's-
GoFundMe.
Oh, does he?
Yes, and if you decide you want to give money.
Oh,
I
that's great.
think he's got pretty much most of it, but it's a pretty big honor, and I guess his times have really dropped this year, so.
Really? Well, that's
Good for him.
outstanding. Yeah, that is great. That is big. All right, any other things for the good of the cause? With none, motion to adjourn was
So
here. Do I
moved.
have a second?
Second.
Madam Treasurer, would you please roll us out of here?
Ms. Karstoffen?
Aye.
Mr. Gebhardt?
Aye.
Mr. Elick?
Aye, motion carries, meeting adjourned. All right.